Good morning, all. Thanks for joining. Anybody have any questions in the last session?
No questions.
No questions, right? Okay. So let me connect to the environment. So today I'm going to explain the Docker architect. Docker architecture, I already given some information. Okay. And today in real-time environment, how the network will be set up and how we need to check the network configuration. So those points I will explain in this video. Wherever you have any doubts, you please ask me, because of this is related to network. I can understand because of most of the people are not showing interest to learn networking. You're thinking like it's a tough subject. It's not that much of tough subject if you understand subnet and class ABC, public and private IP address differences you are identified. This concept is very easy. I'm not repeating those concepts because of I have explained those concepts previously in multiple sessions. So if whoever not understand this class, please watch those networking basic classes. Then you can um, just play this video and you can again check that. Okay. Otherwise, you can go to any YouTube channel and you can check that what is a basic networking and the difference between public network and private network, class ABC subnetting concepts. Okay. So now I'm connecting the Amazon Linux machine. Okay. So now I'm running the command sudo docker images. So these many images are currently available. So if I'm asking docker ps, is there any containers are running? No. So right, container is a place where you can run your images, Docker images. So example, if you have a multiple containers, so I'll show you what is a container and all. Okay. How the containers will be running inside the Docker host server, that we will discuss today. Okay. That we will discuss today. So basically, wherever you are install a Docker, okay, wherever you have installed a Docker, this is a Docker, right? So this Docker will be running on the host. So some system, the Docker will be running on the host. So basically, in this particular host, we have a network settings will be available. Here we have some network settings will be available. Example, I'm going to my system. Okay, I'm selecting that network control panel. We have a multiple adapters will be available. At present in my system, only two adapters are there. One is a Ethernet, another one is a Wi-Fi. Ethernet is a physical LAN adapter, another one is a wireless LAN. Okay. So it depends on the people, they'll maintain. Okay. Multiple adapters they'll be installed and configuring on the system, wireless, wire, loopback adapter, etc. They will maintain. Example, this is ETH0 Ethernet adapter. Okay, this is WLAN wireless LAN adapter, and maybe local, there's a self loopback adapter. Like this, the adapters are available. Maybe in my system is something name will be there, and your system different names will be there. In my system, maybe 3 adapters or maybe 4 adapters, and maybe your system maybe 2 or 4. It depends on the system to system, guys. Okay, don't stick on the particular area. So when we are installing the Docker using for to maintain the Docker container. Okay, container. Example, the containers will be there. Okay, this is a container. Here it is running. Like that, we have a multiple containers we are creating in this particular host. So this all system will be running inside the host. Is that clear? So this Docker will be connecting this container by using the adapter. Okay, this adapter we called as bridge adapter. Okay, they'll use a adapter name called bridge network. By using this bridge network, based on your connectivity on the system, okay, right, and it will be get connected, and this bridge will be getting connected to your containers like this. Like this, it will get connected. In case if bridge adapter is removed, these containers will not able to communicate each other. By default, this network structure will be available on any of the system once we install the Docker. Okay. This is inside the network architecture. And next, we have internet connection. We have internet. Will be getting connected to your Ethernet adapter or maybe wireless adapter and will providing the internet connection to the system. You can access this particular container outside, whatever the applications are running here. Understood? This is a common network architecture. This is a common network architecture. Fine. So now I want to run the container. I want to run the container inside this machine. So which image I can use to create a container here? Let me take a Alpine image. Let me take a Alpine image. I can create it. So right click. So the image, the PuTTY console will be frequently disconnecting. Duplicate session, EC2-user, successfully connected. Background console is closed. And now clear the session. Now ls. Now sudo docker images. So now these many images are there. Sudo docker ps, no containers are running here. What I'm trying to do, I'm going to create a container, sudo docker run hyphen it, okay, hyphen it space hyphen name. So whatever the container you are creating, either container name you need to provide for a user friendly name. Example, Alpine image I'm creating, right? My Alpine 1, from this image. Okay, Alpine. Hit enter. So now successfully I have connected. So successfully I have connected. So what I'm trying to do, this is your Docker will be created. The Docker container is created with this command. So now if you check the Docker PS, okay, here I can check that. So right now, when you run this command -it interactive tag mode, so I'll be getting connected to my Alpine. So whatever the command I'll be running here, so that will be command called it will be applied to the my Alpine one. So if you want to check the commands docker ps, now we can get the what are the containers are running. I can able to find out. See this sudo docker ps. See this? Are able to get this image? My Alpine one. So what is the name? My Alpine one is coming, right? See, you can check this. This is a container ID and this is my container. So if this container is running the Alpine image, whatever the command I want to run it, so I can run here. Example, if I type ls, so right now I'm in the my Alpine one image. If you want, you can check. I'll show you pwd. I'm in root. So previously I'm in home EC2-user. So right now I'm in my Alpine Linux image in the container. So if I run this command, the pwd, it's showing is a root. So in this root, what are the documents and files are available? It is available, right? All the uh, Linux architecture files? Yes, that you can check this. Are you clear? Guys, have you understand how to create a container from the image? Okay, thank you. So next, I want to inspect the container. I want to inspect the container. What is the IP address of this container? How can I check that? So very simple, very simple. So I'm going to this console Docker inspector, Docker inspector, either container ID or maybe container name. I'm giving the container name because of container name is user friendly, right? See this? I need a permission. So then what we need to do? Sudo, I'm just click here. I got this. This mission IP address is okay 172.17.0.2. So you want to check uh, the particular container name, the container name you want to check that. Scroll up little bit and you can find out the name is My Alpine 1. Where is the My Alpine 1? Where is My Alpine 1? Can you please find out the name is My Alpine 1? Yeah, see here. Got it? My Alpine 1 is there. So do you know this mission is connected to bridge network. Bridge network. So I will create one more container. The name is My Alpine 2. So here I created My Alpine 1, right? My Alpine 1, right? I'll create a one more container. So the name is 2. So Docker, sorry, sudo Docker run hyphen it hyphen name my Alpine 2. My Alpine 2. My Alpine 2. Image name is Alpine only. Alpine. And hit enter, it's created. So now we want to check that what is the IP address of this? Okay, you know the command, right? Docker inspect and the image name. Either you can go to the if config, you will get it. If config, you will get it IP address. So what is IP address of this system? Anybody can tell me? What is IP address of this system here? So which one we need to check? ETH0 or LO? IP address ని తెలుసుకోవాలంటే ETH0 చూడాలా లోకల్ అడాప్టర్ చూడాలా?
లోకల్ అడాప్టర్.
లోకల్ అడాప్టర్ అండి. లోకల్ అడాప్టర్ కాదు, ఈథర్నెట్ D0 చెప్పాను కదా ఇందాకే. Ethernet 0. ETH0 is a local adapter. And this is a loopback adapter. This is a loopback adapter. We should not use it. The same self pinging, they'll be using it. So 172.17.0.3. So this is okay. What is the name? The IP address is 172 dot. Okay. So this is the IP address of this machine. And what about this Alpine image one? My Alpine one. This is the one, right? And this is my Alpine 2. Clear? What is this IP address? Go here and you can check this. If config, the session is closed. I'll be reset terminal, closing it. It's not working. Duplicate session, EC2 hyphen user, clear screen, Docker run hyphen IT hyphen name. What's the container name? My Alpine 1 Alpine. So permission is needed. So error, we already created this. So it will give the conflict. Okay. So now we can check this Docker ps sudo docker ps. Now you'll get it here. You'll get it here. You can check this Alpine 1 and Alpine 2. So right now I'm in Alpine 2. I'm going to ping the server 2 172.17.0.2. So now successfully pinging, because even this IP address is 172.17.0.2. So maybe in my system this IP address will be appear, maybe your system maybe different IP address will be appear. All are private IP address only inside when you're checking. So how these machines are communicating each other? Because of through the bridge network. Are you clear? In case of any one more container, if you're creating one more container, example, I'll show you. I'm coming here and I'm running this command. Okay, 3. I'm creating one more image. So if config, so now this is a 04. Here it is a 04 will be creating. It is a 04. Now this is Alpine image 3. Now I can check this. Now I'm in the Alpine image 3. I'm going to ping the server, ping 172.17.0.4. It's pinging. Self mission is pinging. Okay, next I'm going to ping 3. Alpine 2 server I'm pinging. It's successfully pinging now. Next, I'm going to ping Alpine server 1 is a 2. So not only with the IP address, I can ping my Alpine 1. What happened?
We need to add it in host files.
Yes, got it. Yes, so we need to add these files into the local host file. So then only the host names will get reflecting. Okay, so now we'll go with the IP addresses only. So I hope you understand, right? So what is a default network? Okay, what is a default network, and we are doing it. Suppose how you can create a new network adapter. So I don't want to use a Docker. So Docker bridge adapter. I want to create a new adapter. How you can create? How you can create a new adapter? That's a very important thing. So there's a list of commands will be there. Okay, there's a list of commands will be there. I'll show you. So how you can check the commands and all. Okay, so go to terminal, type exit. So right now you are into the screen of a main server. So Docker network ls. So now you can run the command sudo. See guys, one host adapter is there, one bridge adapter is there. I'm planning to create a new network adapter. That means new network. Instead of bridge, I need to create a separate adapter for my a different projects or something else. So how you can create it? How you can create it? That's a very important. If you want to create a new network, if you want to create a new network, create a network in Docker. The command is Docker network create network name. Okay, this is a command we need to run it. Okay, so now go here, clear screen, Docker network create. So what's the name we can create? Alpine network, because of Alpine servers I'm creating, right? That's why I'm creating a name called Alpine network. So I need a permission. So everything is permission is needed. I'm running it. So successfully the network is created. Do you want to check that? Do you want to check that whether this network is added into the list? Yes. Sudo docker network list. Alpine network is created. Even bridge is here. So first we need to understand the drivers are two types. One is a bridge driver and there is a host driver. So what is meaning of bridge driver and what is meaning of host driver? That you need to understand clearly. So this concept is applicable for even virtualization also. The same concept they implemented here. Okay. So please understand. Bridge means connecting between your external network to internal network, we call this bridge. So what is the use of bridge means? Whichever the containers are running to connect the bridge, one container can be communicated to another container within the bridge network. And as well as these containers can be connected from external network also. That is called bridge network. So mostly we are using bridge network only. Host network is there. So host network means the internal networks, the virtual network will not be able to communicate to the physical network. Only the container to container able to communicate each other, but container will not able to communicate into the internet network. That's called host network. That's called host only or host network. Okay. So now by default, when you're creating, so we will be creating the bridge network only. In case if you want that, you can use existing host network and you can connect it. Are you clear? So now we have successfully created network and I want to check that the network information details. Network information details. So the command is get complete information about Docker network. So Docker network inspect network name. This is a command. So let's go here. Sudo Docker network inspect. The network name is Alpine hyphen network. So this is a complete information about the Alpine network. See, this network name is Alpine. This is the ID. You can check this. Whatever the ID is connected here, the same ID will be showing here also. Okay, when it is created. So scope, driver is a bridge. So all the information will be available. All the information will be available. If you want to remove the network, yes, we can remove the network also. Okay. Docker network RM. RM means remove. Network name. Network name. Okay. This is a way you can remove it. So before removing, I'll do that this step at the end of the class. So I'll do some kind of practices. I'm going to create a new container. From the new network. Okay. So how you can attach? By default, when you're creating Docker run, so automatically the container will be creating on the bridge network, right? I don't want to connect on the bridge network. I want to connect it on the Alpine network. How you can do that? Okay. So step number 4, create a container in new network. New network is not correct. Specified network. How to run the command? Docker run hyphen name. So container name, what is the name you want that? space image name hyphen hyphen network name. So here image is we provided here now. So please cut here. Image name we can provide here. This is a command. So let me write this. Clear sudo docker run hyphen hyphen name. The container name is required, right? Container name is my alpine. Example, I'm giving 3. Understand? And which network? So just type the network and network name. What is the network name? Alpine network. Image name is Alpine. I'm getting some error conflict. Okay, because the container name my Alpine is already in use. Either you want to remove the a container, otherwise you want to create a new name. So which one is good? Which one is good? Your wish. Okay, your wish, based on your convenience you can do that. Okay, so if you want to remove this docker rm container, okay, so the command you can use and you can remove it. So now sudo docker ps, right? Now 2 images are running here. Why one more ps is not running? Not sure. Docker rm my alpine 3. So successfully it's removed. Now I am running the same command. Okay, sudo docker run hyphen hyphen name my alpine 3 network alpine. So this one I'm doing now. So successfully added. Understood? Any other question? Do you know how to remove the container and you can creating a new container in the new network? Any idea? Any questions?
Sir, just I want to know how to uh, uh, create that bridge, sir. Just command I want to know, sir.
Sorry, I didn't get you.
How to create that bridge, sir? Network bridge.
Network bridge, right? So I already written here, na? So create a network. This is a command. Create a network. So the command is like a Docker network create. You can give the name Alpine network. So maybe any network name we can
So
provide.
create the network bridge, sir.
Network bridge. I'm not understand your question.
Sir, can you give the command to show the this one, sir? Docker network ls. This one, this bridge, sir.
Inspect. Docker network inspect.
If you
So in case if you want,
okay,
let's see here. If you want to create a new network, you can use this command.
okay,
If you
sir.
want to check what are the information is available, you can use this command. If you want to remove the network, you can use this command. If you want to add a Docker container in the specified network, you can use this command.
By default, all network will be like Ethernet.
By default, all network will be in bridge only. Not all network. By default, containers will be running on the bridge only. So we've only creating a new container and we will be doing that. If any Docker will be running, by default will be creating on the bridge network only because of by default design like that.
It's like Ethernet bridge network.
Ethernet bridge network. Yes, correct. Yes, ETH0 bridge network. Yes.
Okay.
Now we are changing that to specific network name. We are mentioning that. That means it will be creating it. So now if we are running the command Docker network inspector, okay, Docker network inspect Alpine network. If you enter this, you can see here. This will be available. This is a complete information.
how do we port this one to outside?
Sorry.
How can we do the port mapping for this?
Port mapping. So port mapping, everything we will be doing from the a Docker image file is there, right? Docker file. In the Docker file, whatever the application we are using, yesterday I have explained now the command name called expose.
Yes.
Expose. So we are using that expose and we are doing that. So we are not managing any incoming and outgoing traffic on this particular network. This network is just isolating the separate channels. These networks we need to provide to the physical network team. They will take care of the incoming, outgoing, any firewall rules they want to create it. Otherwise, we don't have any other works. Example, Redis image. Redis image, if you need the port number is 80803000, based on our requirement, we are commenting that, we are writing that line is expose equal to 3000 or 80808081, the port we are configuring. So these all images are running on EC2. So who will be the firewall? Security group. In security group incoming traffic, we are creating the incoming rule, TCP/IP network, port number 8080, allowed from so-and-so network. We will be creating that in security group level.
In Docker also we'll do porting, right?
In
Now
Docker
we
level,
have installed Node.js or installed, we have created images, right? So for that images, we need to run a container. To create a container, we need to run Docker run container command.
exactly. Yeah.
Right.
Mhm.
After creating container, if you can you list the container? I mean the Docker PS hyper.
You want to list the container, right?
Yeah.
Docker PS.
Yeah.
Docker
If
PS.
we list that, it will show the container name and container some address thing, and the status and the port. So it says that port is not yet mapping to that container to accept.
Suppose if any specific application on this container, only specific ports are required, yeah, we will do some advanced networking concept. Port will be mapped to the container level. So example, port number is 8080. If you are running that, only those applications will be running on the port number 8080 only. If other than port number, it will not work. Again, we need to allow the port number.
Yeah. How can
We will do the advanced networking.
porting?
That's called a multiple images running on the container concept. We will explain. in the next class. There are two parts, basic networking and advanced networking. Today I'm taking only basic networking.
Okay.
Sir, how to see the IP address of that particular container, sir?
If config. No, container doesn't have any IP address, brother. Image have the IP address.
Okay.
Container does not have any IP address. I don't think so.
It's like basically we have created a Docker file. In the Docker file, what type of like Node.js or Tomcat we have created, and for that image we have after creating image, at the time of creating image only we are exposing the port number, and later it is done after creating image we are creating container to let the Docker host know the port address. Once it is done, then we need to do a port mapping so that the EC2 instance or outside world can access that Docker image.
Exactly. So now this is a blue line, no? This is a blue line. This blue line is your physical host that is running on Amazon EC2. So if you want to managing this particular Docker host, so you need a security group communication. So what is the minimum port number we are communicating this server and managing it? Port number 22. So that is allowed in the EC2 level, the particular network, default network. Suppose this container other than 80 port number if you are using, so next class, okay, specific port number 3000, 8000, 8081, 8082, 8080, different port numbers if you configure, this network we should allow in the physical network also. So here we will be managing it, security group only. So in the security group level, the port number should allow it. So only up to here it will work. If you want to get externally connecting, again go to the security group. In the security group level, incoming, outgoing traffic we need to control again.
Okay.
First, we need to understand internally how it works, how to create additional networks, how to run the containers on the new network that you please learn today. Okay. In the next class, we will be learning multiple containers, how we will run, and the multiple images will be running, port configuration, application, how we will be running, and how the port configuration we will be doing that, expose command especially. Those expose commands, how you can allow it in the security group, how publicly you can access application. So those advanced concepts.
Okay.
How to stop this Docker
Docker stop.
container? Yep.
Docker stop.
Docker stop. Okay. So we can start the existing image just with the Docker start, right?
Even you can stop the Docker images, even multiple images also we can stop at a time.
Okay.
Let me tell you the command. Suppose I'll take a small scenario for your understand. Clear? It's not working, right? Okay. Duplicate the session. EC2-user. Clear. Okay. So I want to remove the command. I want to remove this network Docker network RM. Alpine network. Okay, I have removed it. Okay, so this is a way we can remove this particular network from this. So if you want to check this, This is removed. Okay, only bridge is available. So sudo docker ps. These two images are running. So now you want to stop docker, stop my alpine 1, my alpine 2. Sorry. If you stop, that means just like a VM, right? Just like it's a VM, it will be stopped. Okay, sorry. The Alpine 1 is stopped, but Alpine 2 is not stopped. What is the reason?
It's a typo.
Typo, yes. Alpine spelling is wrong. That's the reason they're unable to find the image. The container, sorry, unable to find the container. So now, if you check this, only Alpine 2 is running, Alpine 1 is stopped. So please practice these commands, front and back, okay, back to front. And you have to list all the commands and you have to practice multiple times. Now we'll go for advanced concepts to deliver the applications, okay? Now this is next class is very, very important. So next class, if you want to understand these commands, you need to practice. So create a new networks, add a new containers into a default bridge network and a custom network, and remove the networks, and you can remove the Docker containers by using the stop command, and you can run this. So whatever the image, you can take any image, your wish. I'm taking Alpine. You can take any image, you can take that. No issues. But actually I'm taking for comfortness, for a Linux commands, I can directly run on this machine. I can check that. So for that reason, I have selected this. You can take anyone, no issues. You can create a custom image also, you can run it. Not a problem. I'm pinging on the chat. Can you please take it? Actually, one concept I was not explained here. The concept is detached mode running container that I will explain tomorrow, because if I need a scenario to explain interactive mode and detached mode, ITD and IT mode. IT mode only explained it. ITD also one more mode is there. That's called a detached mode that I will explain in the next session. Thank you all.
Thank you, Ramesh.